Obviously, frustrating day for us shooting the ball. 5 of 33 from three and 11 of 17 from the free throw line. I thought, um, they did a good job of executing their stuff, and we did a poor job of executing ours. And at the end of the day, we knew we had to take care of the basketball and rebound, and we had to limit some of their main guys. And their best player had 30 points. He stepped up in a big game, and we have to do the same, and we didn't do that today.
Yeah, this is a team that there's a chance you see them again fairly soon. How can you kind of flip the script if you do get that matchup? What did you see out there?
I thought just our overall, the flow of our offense was poor. Like, once we got the ball across half court, there was just no movement. We kind of stood and watched each other, and that's not how our offense runs. There's a lot of movement and a lot of assists and creating mismatches and things like that, and we just did a poor job of moving the ball today.
Kind of seems like you had trouble with their traps and their press in this game. Kind of led to some sloppy possessions for you guys. How can you kind of look to fix that? And what do you think they just did so well in that sense?
I thought we had a few turnovers late that were, more of us just trying to rush than them really turning us over as far as their pressure. I thought, with us going into halftime, we only had 5 turnovers, which was on par for where we thought it would be a successful day for us. And unfortunately, we turned it over 8 times in the second half. I was more disappointed with our offensive just willingness to go into the paint than I was with anything else. I thought defensively we had some key breakdowns and key moments, and costly turnovers too. Like when we get 3 stops in a row, we take the lead by 1, and then we get a 10-second call. And those are things that we shouldn't even have to worry about. But unfortunately, that's what we were doing today. And as a coach, we got to get these guys back and ready to go for next Thursday because there's a really tough Wagner team coming in.
Yeah, obviously you guys live and die by the three, and tonight you died by it. It's not like you're gonna win too many games when you shoot 5 for 33. But did you think the looks you guys were getting were solid?
I thought some of them were. I thought other times it was like we had no other. There was no other kind of action or there was no attacking into the paint and then kicking out first. It was just kind of pass the ball around and shoot it from the outside. And I thought those were the ones that we talked about in shoot around and in practice yesterday, just having the ability to recognize that and go to the rim and put pressure on them because they foul quite a bit. So, for us, we thought our ability to get to the basket was going to help us create rhythm threes, and we didn't do the first part today.
Obviously, Trent hit those 3 threes in a row down in the early part of the second half, and FDU calls timeout, and it seems like the momentum kind of goes away after with one more three that he hit. Why couldn't you guys bottle that up and take it forward?
I thought there was costly, mistakes on our end. Like I said, we had 3 stops in a row where we get out in transition and then we get a 10-second call. Trent hits 3 threes in a row, and then we have a breakdown on a play that we walk through 10 times. So I think for us, we have to understand they're going to go to one of their actions that they rely on heavily out of a timeout, and unfortunately, we just had to break down at a costly time, and that's the difference between winning and losing a game.
Senior day for the first senior class that played at the Division I level for Moyne. Just what does the senior class mean to the program?
They mean everything to our team. The 5 guys that got recognized today, 4 of them being their second year here, and Luke's third year. So for us and what they've done to move our program forward and continue to push the needle forward for men's basketball here is something that you can't really replace. I know we'll be missing them a lot next year. Luckily, we have a few more games with them here. So, but I don't think a lot of people understand what those 4 guys have done. And then adding Kai this year has been a fantastic addition, and he's, been a seamless transition coming in and fitting in with our team. I think as far as guys like Mike and Isaiah Salter and Nate McClure and Luke Sutherland, those are culture guys. I know that word is a buzzword and whatever, but creating the culture here at Lemoyne has taken a few years, and the culture that we want. And those guys are staples in our program, and replacing them will be a heavy lift, but it's not even more on the basketball courts is what they do off the court and for our team and the community here at Lemoyne. I mean, they're ideal Lemoyne student athletes and guys that we can't thank enough for what they've done.
What does it say about the culture that obviously Kai's family can't be here, but the rest of the team goes up with him, accompanying him as he gets honored on senior day?
I mean, that's just part of what we do. I mean, we're a family, and it was unfortunate that his family couldn't make it, but our guys I thought were great walking out with them, and it's just you kind of see the culture that we have. Guys kind of putting their arms around each other and smiling with each other, and family goes through rough times too. And right now, with this week, it's a disappointing week for us, and we got to be able to bounce back. But I think if anybody were to be able to get the guys rallied around in those four, and Kai would be, great guys to do that.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, disappointing weekend, and you guys have to bounce back on Thursday against Wagner. What's the practice is going to be like leading up to that? How can you get the energy back in the building?
I think we just have to take a real hard look at what caused us some disruption in the last two games, and then go from there. I think anytime you win or lose, you try to reflect and see what you can do better. I felt like we're a little tight right now, and we have to figure out ways or what's causing that issue, and if we can identify that and work on that moving into Wagner and St. Francis, we'll, I think, have some success.